Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and I am incredibly excited to talk to you guys for the first time tonight about Jurassic World Evolution. This is Sunday, this is my day off. Usually I don't do videos, but I am incredibly excited. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys the trailer in a second. They've just released it, but to sum up what Jurassic World Evolution is, it is the sequel to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis that we have wanted for so long. It comes out in summer 2018. Let's watch the trailer.
We're at the fence. Almost ready to re-engage power. Hey! Over here!
ACU building online. Rapid response unit deployed. Observe non-lethal protocols.
Roger, Control. Deploying non-lethal countermeasures. Control, we have eyes on the asset.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm sitting here with the biggest, stupidest possible grin on my face. We have played Jurassic Park Operation Genesis 7 or 8 times on this channel in the last 8 years. 5 years even. We love it. Is one of my all-time favourite games, and every single season we do of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, the big comment is always, why don't they make a sequel? Why don't they make a sequel? In a video I recorded for JPOG just a few days ago, I said, surely a sequel to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, a modern reimagination of the series, would make an absolute fortune. And it seems like they finally listened, because this is not only a sequel to my personal favourite dinosaur Jurassic Park potentially game ever, but it is the first new proper Jurassic Park game we've had in just absolute years and years and years. They've been arcade games, and there's obviously been the iPad games and stuff like that, but the only other new Jurassic Park game we've had has been the Telltale game, which was okay at best, if we're honest. And then before then, you're going back to like Trespasser and that kind of, you're going back to JPOG probably. So we've had one proper game in the last 16 years. And finally we've got another one, and it's the best of possible kind. Now there's a couple things specifically in the trailer we're going to talk about very briefly. I don't want to go on forever, I want you guys to be able to discuss this in the comments down below. I'm going to sit here tonight and talk to you guys because it is super exciting. But there's a couple of particularly interesting points, and you know, this is the first time we've seen the footage, so you'd think what they're showing us today is very relevant to the future of the game. The first thing really is that the T-Rex eats the dude. Right, the T-Rex, we see the T-Rex here eating a man person. That is so important. Namely because we end all our Jurassic Park Operation Genesis series by releasing our dinosaurs, letting our dinosaurs hunt the people. If we can get proper 3D, really good looking hunting dinosaurs chasing down our guests and even staff members by the looks of it, something you couldn't do in JPOG, that's super exciting. But also the fact that they've clearly emphasised this T-Rex breaking out. Now, in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and we are going to talk about that a lot, it's a worthy comparison, in JPOG, your dinosaurs could break out, but to be honest, you never really felt like it was a threat. You got your helicopter, you ping a dinosaur on the head, it went down. If it broke out, it tended to be pretty easy to fix. This thing of the T-Rex breaking out, eating the guy, and then the clip we see at the end here, where it's standing on top of the Jeep and it's knocked the Jeep out and it's kind of just, it's broken out and it's proving really difficult to take down, suggests, and hopefully from my perspective, that there's going to be more of that balance between a park builder but also actually managing your dinosaurs. JPOG was quite hands-off in that aspect in a lot of ways. you know, you put your dinosaurs in, you put a feeder in, usually you could leave them to their own devices. With this, it looks like we may actually have to wrangle down our dinosaurs properly, which would be really exciting. And then obviously we've got this big shot at the end, which just shows hopefully we're going to be able to make, hopefully just recreate Jurassic World properly. Again, one of the problems with JPOG is you had your visitor centre, your welcoming area, and then you had little paths come off, and then you had little shops. And it never really felt like a cohesive park. You know, it never felt like one big park. And the idea that we could make a cohesive design amongst all our things is really exciting. However, one thing not shown in the trailer, obviously, but the most exciting thing about this for me personally, besides the fact that it exists, we know that Jurassic Park Operation Genesis is to this day still modded. We're playing a mod right now that puts the amount of dinosaurs in the game up to 40. Now this is despite modelling limits. You know, you can't really put your own models in the game, really. You can edit existing ones. We have made a breakthrough with that recently, but it's still very limited. Despite the game being 16 years old now, people are still actively modding it. There's new mods coming out every year, really good ones. Imagine what people could do with a brand new engine, with a brand new game. We could, and like no limits on dinosaurs. JPOG is inherently limited to 40 dinosaurs. Imagine if you could have 100. Imagine if your park could just go on forever. People can add every dinosaur possible. People will be bringing in models from the Isle or from other dinosaur games, you know, bringing them in and building them into the foundation of your park. It's going to be absolutely goddamn incredible. I could not be, this is the most excited I've been for a game in my entire life. Literally in my entire life. I'm not even joking, guys. In my entire... JPOG is my favourite game of all time. And this is a sequel. And it's a modern, beautiful looking... Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. If I have one worry, it is coming out on Xbox and PS4. Which, as a park builder, feels a little bit weird. Zoo Tycoon came out on the Xbox One and it was incredibly dumbed down. It wasn't the Zoo Tycoon 3 that we all wanted, so I'm hopeful that the same thing doesn't happen with Jurassic World Evolution. I trust that it won't. You know, I really do. I think the technology is there to make something incredible, and I hope they do. Now, I am in direct contact with the publishers behind this already. They sent me this content. I've got to thank them for sending me the trailer and the pretty little logo you can see right now. So thank them for that. And basically, guys, if you want to be kept up to date with the news for Jurassic World Evolution, and obviously as soon as it's playable, we are going to be all over it. This is the place to be, so do hit that subscribe button. This is the home of dinosaur gaming on YouTube at the end of the day. So, I'm so excited. It's stupid how excited I am. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button and comment down below. Let's talk about it. What are we most excited about? Actually, what dinosaur do you want to see most in the game? For me, personally, Therizinosaurus. I want a proper little Therizinosaurus for once. Thanks for joining me. Cheers. Much love as always. Bye-bye.